Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel Chemistry Unfolded. Today we will be discussing some important points on electrochemistry. Let's get started. First we discuss about the electrochemical cells. There are two types of electrochemical cells. One is an electrolytic cell that converts electrical energy into chemical energy, and second is a galvanic cell that converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Here now we have to discuss what is oxidation and reduction, because these are the key things that are really helpful while doing electrochemistry problems or even for some MCQs. Oxidation is gain of oxygen, loss of hydrogen, loss of electrons, increase in the oxidation state. Then it occurs at the anode, and here's an example of the reaction. Whereas reduction is a loss of oxygen, gain of hydrogen. This is gain of hydrogen, gain of electrons, decrease in the oxidation state. It occurs at the cathode, and here was one example. Now, if there is confusion as such, like where oxidation occurs, where reduction occurs, in every class there is a class representative which we denote as CR. So you can use this mnemonic to remember that reduction occurs at the cathode. Now I have said oxidation, there is an increase in the oxidation state. Now if I consider this example, the oxidation state here is -1. But when oxidation occurs, there is an increase in the oxidation state. That is, it will become 0. The oxidation state on pure Cl is 0. Whereas in case of reduction, there is a decrease in the oxidation state, which you can see like Na plus, it is in the +1 state. But when it undergoes reduction, you see that the oxidation state becomes 0. So you see reduction. So in case of reduction, there is a decrease in the oxidation state, but in case of oxidation, there is an increase in the oxidation state. Next, some few formulae that you need to remember. Like if you want to consider concentration, the formula is the amount of the solute upon the volume of the solution that you've taken. So that is the formula for concentration. Now if you say molar concentration, it's the number of moles of solute that you put upon the volume of your solution, and the volume of the solution is mostly considered in liters. Then molarity, it's the same, number of moles of solute upon volume of solution in liters. So in case of molarity, it is compulsorily in liters. But if it's molar concentration, I think you can take the other units as well. Now to find the number of moles, if at all you're not given, but you are given the mass and you know how to calculate molar mass, so you can always calculate the number of moles. The formula is mass in grams upon molar mass. Next we have normality. Normality is the number of gram equivalents of solute upon the volume of solution in liters. Next we have the Ohm's law, which is given by V is equal to IR. Conductance, which is denoted by G, it is inverse of resistance. The conductivity copper is given as inverse of resistivity, and your rho is given by the formula Ra by L, where R is your resistance, A is your area, and L is the length. So 1 by R, which is conductance, is A upon rho L. That is, you just have to play around with these formulas and you get some basic formula that you remember are just these three, and then you just have to play around and get your formula. Then if you want conductance, it is G, which is denoted by letter G, Ka upon L. K is your kappa, that is your conductivity, A is your area, and L is the length. I again suggest you to write down the formulas, play around with them, you will understand it clearly. Then the cell constant, it is denoted by G star, which is given by L by A, where L is your length and A is the area. Molar conductance is 1000 kappa by C. Now you have to know the representation of the galvanic cell. So first is your metal. Then comes your metal salt, then the ion here and here, then again your metal salt and your metal. Let's take a solid example. First, if you see here, oxidation occurs at the anode and reduction at the cathode. So here you see this is your metal zinc, then metal salt which is in the +2 state. Then you have your ions, here your salt bridge, again you have your copper sulfate salt which is again here copper is in the +2 state, and then again your metal, that is copper. Here if you see the oxidation state, what do you see? It was in the 0 state and you see +2. That is, you see an increase in the oxidation state, which indicates that there is oxidation occurring, and that oxidation occurs at the anode. Whereas here you see copper is in the +2 state, it is going to 0 state, which indicates that there is a decrease in the oxidation state, which is reduction, which occurs at the cathode. Now, certain relations between the cell potential and delta G. The delta G is given by the formula minus NFE. Your N is your number of electrons, F is the Faraday. You better remember the Faraday number because it's easy to solve if you know, and your E cell. Now, if I say standard potential, it will become this delta G star minus NF E naught of cell. So delta G naught is an extensive property, so it depends upon the amount. Now this extensive, intensive, all is the covered in the thermodynamics chapter. Now if you see here only, you can understand that extensive property means it depends on the amount. So delta G is an extensive property, whereas E naught of cell is an intensive property and it does not depend on the amount. Here you have the Nernst equation, which is given by E cell is equal to E naught of cell minus 2.303 RT upon NF log of Q. Now this 2.303 RT by NF, you can write it as 0.0591 by N only if the temperature is 298. Be very careful. If it is 300 and all, you need to substitute each and every value like R, T and all. Okay. I hope you liked the video. If you like, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Prepare well.